show. I'm Jen. My guest today is Michael Macri, founder of R N R Canna. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you and learn more about you and your newest venture, R N R Canna. So what is R N R Canna?
R N R Canna is something that we've been holding on to for a few years since the industry was launched. This is kind of our baby. This is something we've been raising and getting ready to bring out to the new world, and we're finally here and ready to launch. We're going to be a new company.
I'm excited.
We're excited too.
So we're going to get into more of the specifics of R N R Canna, but tell me about your background.
Background's kind of all over the place. Grew up an athlete. My dad wanted me to be the next heavyweight boxing champion of the world, so I kind of grew up doing all different types of athletics and whatnot. Realized that I was Irish, not Italian, and I cut too easy, so I couldn't be a boxer. But kept going with all different things, and got hurt getting ready to go to college playing sports. Took an academic instead, and it changed my life. It made me realize, got to let go of the sports dream and let's focus on education. Went that route, realized I was a little bit bored, needed a little bit of that excitement again, and said, hey, the military sounds like a great idea. So I went and disappeared for about 20 years into the military, and kept going with education, kept going with everything that I love to do, and always found time to do something else. Don't like to sleep too much, like to keep going as fast as I can, and now I'm here.
Here we are.
There you go.
We have a lot of entrepreneurial ventures. So what is your passion?
Education, learning, understanding, and then being able to apply what I understand.
Well, what I've learned about you so far is you continually like to be challenged.
Yes.
And through that is that education of learning something and educating yourself, further on, maybe it's mastering it or knowing enough to be dangerous.
Definitely mastering it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to be dangerous. I want to be good. I don't ever want to be lucky.
Yeah, you've got good philosophies. I like that. So you mentioned being a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
How did that experience bring you, not necessarily to where you are today, but how does that incorporate into business and into what you're doing?
One of the biggest things that it teaches us and taught me was that I have to be aware of time. We take so many things for granted, and it's always like, we'll put it off. It's going to be somewhere down the road. It's something I want to do later. Later is now. Everything is now. And you have to take advantage of the time, and you have to use that time to appreciate the things that you have right in front of you. And if you can do that, you can pretty much accomplish anything that you want. You just have to put in the time.
That's a lot of training for our brains, I think, as society sort of dictates, and human beings we're always focused on everything else outside and around us, and we're never really focused on what's right here, right now, and appreciating that moment too. So that makes sense. So getting into R N R Canna a little bit, as we dive deeper in, cannabinoid and cannabis, how are they different?
The easiest way to think about it is to think about the term dope. When we hear that term, it's kind of a stigma or derogatory term, but that's the THC side of things. That's that dopamine reception where it just shuts everything down, and we kind of just become that locked up, relaxed, not wanting to do anything person. Cannabinoids are about a system that's inside of everybody's body that needs certain things to be there for us to be able to operate more effectively, for us to not have as many aches and pains, not as much inflammation, for us to just be better versions of ourselves. And they were there for a long time, and we took them away, and now as we're starting to reintroduce them, we're learning more and more every day that there's amazing things.
Yeah, we hear all of these stories about how that product and the impact it's helping with people. I've heard from friends that have kids with autism and cancer, and it goes on and on. So why is that? I don't want to get too into the medical science per se, because I know we don't have that much time, but are you saying because our body has something that craves that and then it responds to it then? Is that?
We're a product of evolution. We're a product of, our environments, of our diets, of our nutritions, of our supplementations, of everything that we've done for thousands of years. Our food used to eat this product. our food, you see these plants, and we used to consume that, and it was there, and it was readily available, and we got it in different ways too, as we go through different respects of tribal cultures and things like that. But the whole point is, our body recognizes it, and it uses it very effectively. The problem is, we're barely scratching the surface. Everything that we're trying to focus on is about learning more, learning why it does what it does, and not just saying it does this or it does that. We won't be that bold. We would never make those types of claims. We want to help people, but we want to know what part helps. And that's where we're at right now.
And does the way you take it or apply it matter? I know there's creams and drops and different applications for it. Does that matter?
Most certainly. There's still a lot that exists out there that we don't know. We're not sure what the best is. Every day we do learn a little bit more as we spend more money in the industry, and as we are getting closer to actual peer-reviewed studies, we're getting to a place that we have better information. But right now, there's no 100% this is the right way. So we try to cover as many bases as we possibly can.
So then what is R N R Canna? How does R N R Canna then relate to the cannabinoid industry?
R N R Canna is, like I said, it's kind of our baby. It's something that we've been holding on to for a long time. The majority of the industry uses a process that's called biomass. They take the entire plant, root to tip, throw this in, blend it up, literally massacate it, and then just process it with different types of oils, different types of chemicals, different types of alcohols. When you go to the grocery store and you buy tomatoes, you don't buy a whole tomato plant. When you buy your fruit, you don't buy a whole tree and blend that all up. You're getting the part that you want. R N R Canna is the part that you want. We're using the best part of the plant, just the flower, just the keef. From there, no chemical extractions, everything is organic. It's simple. It's taking nature and applying it to science and giving you that result.
I was going to say, so people are probably going to see better results and a greater impact with a product that's pure than one that's mixed with all of those things or broken down in so many ways. It's not going to have as great of an impact. We're
seeing great results with it. Everything that we've done so far has been really spectacular, and we're ecstatic about getting this to market.
That's great. What is the future of the industry? I mean, we're obviously seeing a lot of things change very quickly.
We don't know. Every day we think that we have a direction or maybe a new, true north. The simple fact is every day we are learning more. Every day we are seeing more people become more receptive to the industry. We hope that the efficacy and the medical efficacy side gets there, and that honestly testing becomes a big part of everything. That's another thing that R&R does is we already do third-party testing on every product that we develop, and that's important. You want to know if you're putting in your body that it's something that has gone through a few hurdles before it got there. So
yeah,
really big deal for us.
Absolutely. I mean, I see the terms and the words everywhere, and you and I have had these conversations before, whether it's the grocery store or convenience stores and things like that. So I feel like the greatest opportunity for people to embrace using this in their life is educating and them understanding the benefits and that purity of the product in order for them to have the greatest benefits with a valuable product.
100% true.
That's great.
Be an educated consumer. Don't just be a shopper.
Oh, yeah.
Be an educated consumer.
Okay, so do you have a hobby? I need to know. 'Cause you do so many things, and you are such an entrepreneur.
I mean, I would joke that my hobby is my wife, but that's more my life than my hobby.
But we really like her, so that's a good hobby.
That's a great thing.
Yes.
Really, we're always looking into different things. Like we mess with tarantulas. We do a lot of stuff with kids. We're looking to get back into coaching. We love just doing things. Anything where I can help people and where I can actually help people accelerate and be a better version of themselves, we get excited about that.
Well, and you got a big smile as you started talking about those things. So what do you do for fun? Are those things your fun outlet? I mean, I know.
Fun anymore is like just sitting down with like a good steak and a glass of wine. That is a blessing right now. It's so hard to figure out where you can go, what you can do, and everything else. So anytime we get to feel normal, that's fun right now.
Yeah, it gives you that kind of time out from all of the chaos that's going on around us. So would that steak and wine also be your indulgence, or
Sure.
is there something that falls on the spectrum a little bit more?
I mean, coming back to the military side of things, you always love to blow things up. We got to go out and shoot stuff, you know. I'm not really a hunter, but, you know, putting a lot of rounds through paper is still a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
making sure that your skill and your craft is honed, and again, being able to master things and not just be dangerous, but be good.
Yeah, so that's an outlet for you
Definitely.
as well.
100%.
And since you like to be with your wife all the time, does she like to do that too?
She does.
Okay.
It benefits me big time. She is
Okay.
malleable.
Okay. So what advice do you have for other entrepreneurs? They could be in any industry, but, you know.
The greatest piece of advice that I could probably give anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur is don't be tied into your passion. Everyone wants to talk about follow your passion, follow your passion. No, follow something that you can be great at. And then when you're great at that, you're going to become passionate about so many other things because you're actually making a difference. Huge for me.
I really like that.
There you go.
And you've obviously found that.
Definitely. But I'm always looking for more.
Yeah.
Always
There's a
wanna
lot of
learn
things
more,
that
always
you
wanna
could be
do
great
more.
at.
Totally true.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have you back to talk about some of your other ventures too.
Excellent. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next time on Now with Jen.